Good morning, guys. Welcome back to today's video. It is April 8th. Today is a Wednesday. I'm cutting my session a little bit early because I gotta go do some stuff. But so far, I haven't really seen any trades yet. To kind of go over the bias, I'm overall looking for longs today. Yesterday, when the market opened back up during pre-market or Asia, we had a huge spike up. Yeah, and so we broke structure to the upside. So here's our first break, and then of course we have pretty much our second break right here. Come on. So my higher time frame confluences would be this 4-hour order block. There's a 1-hour order block within here. But by the time I'm actually looking at the markets, we're all the way up here. And we did grab some 4-hour liquidity over here. So the chances of taking a counter trend was there. Very clean structure to the downside, but New York open around here. There was no liquidity right here for this trade. And by the time we broke structure again, we've already had the reaction that I want or I look for within a counter. So pretty much just gonna avoid that counter trend now at this point and just wait for price to shift to the upside again. Now we did have a bunch of 1-hour liquidity being grabbed, one right there, one right there, and we are, there are multiple 1-hour order blocks here as well, like this one for example. But overall, where we actually started to shift was within this order block of the 1-hour and this 1-hour liquidity grab from here. So from there, I wanted to see breaks to the upside. Now on ES, there's no break. This is more like a wick transfer, but I'm trading micro ES. And so I still told myself that I personally wanted to wait to see like multiple breaks, so like a second break, just because we've been super bearish for the market this morning. Now once we had our break, just marking out like normal our liquidity grabs, so liquidity. By the time we had the second break, this was the order block that I'm interested in trading from. And yeah, that's kind of it. So like again, I'm cutting the session short. We have FOMC minutes at noon Mountain Time, so I don't really think there's going to be a setup today either way. Again, if price had come down into here, I would have started to look for absorption confirmations. Now I do kind of want to go over this example right here, this guy right here, just to show you the entry model itself and kind of, rewire it into my brain. So let's just say my context told me to sell, right? This would be my break in my favor, and this would be my liquidity grab right here. And this would be the entry order block. Now if we zoom, or not zoom, but if we kind of head over to the footprint chart, you can see this is the candle that actually grabbed liquidity, and we have lots of buyers being absorbed. So all this volume coming in, this is a delta footprint, right? So look at this, 1.2K buying right there, absorbed. And if I turn on my deep trades, you're going to see a lot of bubbles, lots of selling and buying, lots of transactions done here. Overall, buyers were trying to be aggressive, but they got absorbed, and the candle actually ended up flipping. So that's a good sign of absorption because we have a positive delta, yet the candle ended as a bearish candle, right? What the hell happened to my numbers? Okay. So from there, again, I'm still getting used to the footprint chart. I'm trying to kind of stay away from the big trades. The big trades is just like a nice visual indicator, while the footprint really shows me a lot of details. Now, this level specifically at 6816, we have 884 contracts or buyers being absorbed. And so once we close down here and we come back up and we see all of this buying, more buying here, right? Like huge amounts of contracts and clusters being absorbed. So effort of buyers not being rewarded, flipping back down. And you can see here, this cluster of sellers defended their level, which is why we're shrinking back down, right? So even if I turn on deep trades, you'll see big sellers, big sellers, big sellers all defending these levels. And so I would have hoped that my entry would be somewhere within here. So let's just say here for conservativeness. And yeah, let's just leave it like that. About 20 ticks is about the average I've seen so far. And we probably would have targeted this 1 hour liquidity. So 6788, 6788. This reached for a total of 5.6 R. Now, if I'm doing the trailing method, I probably would have been knocked out for a... well, actually, I would have... If I had my take profit down here, then it would have just hit full TP for a 5R. If I was trailing, this reached a total of 6, so I would have been knocked out for 5R. And that's just kind of an example of using the footprint chart as absorption, right? Again, I'm going to go over it one more time just so I can understand it better for myself. Lots of buyers, all of this buying up here, not getting rewarded. But specifically, I want to focus on this one because this is, I'm only looking for absorption after my entry model appears, which is basically break, liquidity grab, and then order block tap, right? So really, the liquidity grab is the last step here in this case. So we grab liquidity, all these buyers get absorbed, positive delta, but yet we flip the candle. Aggressive sellers come in, we close bearish. Buyers try to step in one more time, they get absorbed, and even right here, this big delta right here, negative like 1,000, defends the level, and we probably would have gone in there. And that's it. So yeah, price is kind of just ripping up now. It's not really grabbing any liquidity. So I'm going to call it a day. We'll be back for tomorrow on... Damn, have I not been recording? No, I am recording. Okay. So yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow for Thursday.